Now, coterminal angles are angles in standard position that end at the same place 360 degrees apart. So we're going to draw a 510 degree angle. Now, if I did 510 minus 360, because I know that's going to be more than a full rotation, let's see, 150 degrees extra. So we're going to do one full rotation, that's 360, plus 90 plus 60 would get us that, let's call it like that. So that would be 510 degrees, right? It's a full rotation plus 150 more degrees. Now it says draw a 150 degree angle. So a 150 degree angle would just start here, would go up there, 150. They end in the exact same place. So these are called coterminal angles. Now you could keep adding, there's infinite coterminal angles. You could keep adding 360 degrees and keep getting this other stuff. Or you can even subtract 360 degrees to get negative coterminal angles, which I believe is what we're going to do right now. Find the measure of a positive angle and a negative angle that are coterminal with each given angle. You come on over here, Mr. Plant. So for 65, we can just do, well, let's see if it ever writes. Okay. 65. Okay. All right. Come on now. Oh, don't do this to me. Okay. Everything will show up at once. We've got 65. We can just add 360 degrees to it, and that would be 425 degrees. That would be a positive coterminal angle. Now, if we want to go negative coterminal angle, we could just subtract 365 degrees. Or sorry, 360. So if we did 65 minus 360, we end up with negative 295 degrees. And those aren't the only answers. For 425, you could keep adding 360 and use any of those numbers. For negative 295, you could keep subtracting 360. It just said we just needed to find one of those angles. So I went with the easiest ones. All right, 410 degrees. Let's go ahead and subtract 360 from that. And we are left with 50 degrees. So we subtracted it and it still came out positive. So there's our positive coterminal angle. Now as far as the negative coterminal angle, we could take that 50 degrees and subtract the 360. Which that'll give us negative 310 degrees. These would end up in the exact same position. All right. Whew. Negative 60 degrees. So if we add 360 degrees to it, negative 60 plus 360 would be positive 300 degrees. Not even too hard for us. But if we want the negative one, we could do negative 60 minus 360 degrees, which would give us negative 420 degrees. Remember, infinite number of coterminal angles. Keep adding or subtracting 360 degrees. The reference angle was what I made reference to earlier. The positive acute angle formed by the terminal side of the angle and the x-axis. So let's give ourselves a little angle here. We'll do a couple. So let's say we had 170 degrees. The reference angle is the acute angle formed by the terminal side and the x-axis. So this would be our reference angle. And the way you can find it is you could just do 180 degrees minus 170 degrees, which will give us a 10-degree reference angle. Now let's say we had a measure of negative 45 degrees. All it says is it's just the acute angle formed between the x-axis and your terminal side. So that measure would be a 45-degree reference angle. It's always a positive number.